Well, good afternoon, and welcome to a new segment of Central Lakes football. This is a Coach's Corner. I'm here with our head coach, Greg Medic. And Greg, just to get started, tell us how you ended up here at Central Lakes.
Well, good afternoon, Dave. I actually ended up at Central Lakes as a student athlete myself nearly 25 years ago right now. And so looking for an opportunity to continue my education, my athletic career. Came as a referral from some teammates that I had a relationship with both in high school and then after high school that encouraged me to give a place like Central Lakes a chance to propel my career both in the classroom and on the field. And I had a remarkable experience and never really wanted to leave and kind of found myself here for the long haul.
So you played, here, but then you also went somewhere, and then you came back. So with that, how long have you been head coach now? Or actually, I should say, just part of the program.
Yeah, we're over 2 decades now as part of the program. So I had two phenomenal years as a student athlete here. Took a couple years to finish my education. Came back as a volunteer assistant coach, and I had a chance to work under Coach Lowell Searcy, who is a legend in the coaching world. A couple years under him, and then took over the reins as the head coach. And so this is actually my 17th year as the program head, 15 years as the head coach, and 1 year on sabbatical, 1 year absence of the program through the COVID pandemic. 2 years as an assistant coach, so 19 years overall in a coaching capacity here at Central Lakes College.
Well, it's, you don't often, you sometimes see guys there for just a very short period of time, and some you see for, like you even referred to, the long haul. And I think when you have the long haul and you have a program like that, you have some things you're building on. So let's just go to recruiting, for instance, because it's not like you can give out a scholarship. And so how do you go about kind of the recruiting process, looking for players, or kind of putting your team together might even be a better way?
Yeah, the assembly of the right people is always paramount to building a program. And I consider this a community-based program. We start with our local surrounding communities, try to target and attract potential student athletes that would be a good fit academically and athletically, and we start to build a recruiting network that goes beyond our local region to the greater parts of the state of Minnesota and the Twin Cities metro area. We have some very unique academic programs here that we could target some students in maybe a non-traditional route,
Sure.
Some of our technical programs and study. And so sometimes we will look outside of our borders, places like Wisconsin or North Dakota that are neighboring states that might have an individual that could be served by one of our academic programs, and they still want to continue their football careers.
Right.
So that's kind of how we start, is just trying to exploring opportunities for student athletes that would be a fit both academically and athletically.
So what are some of your goals? So let's say we get the players on, they're here during the, a football season. Is it about the wins? Or is there a bigger picture? I know the answer, but
the wins are always nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that really does help you in the pursuit of what your goals are within the program. And so, but for us, it's larger than that. So we're a community-based program. We think that being involved in the community is essential to our program. We think striving for excellence in everything that we do here. We think that the opportunity to build great teammates and develop teamwork as a cornerstone of what we do. And then finding a way to serve others are kind of the 4 principles of our program, what we're looking to do here. We want to see success in all of those aspects there. The measurables come from the outcomes of wins and losses oftentimes, sure. But we dig deeper into how we're creating and developing young men into, great contributors in society, in the classroom, and in the community.
Yeah, and and firsthand I've seen that because you had one of my sons play. And that was something that he certainly took away from the program. And it was a great fit for him because of, like you said, you get 2 years. And a lot of these players, especially this year, everybody plays. And so they're getting a college experience in football on the field as well. So for a lot of players, I think they're a little surprised that when they go to a 4-year, I might not play for a year or two. But now they come here, and all of a sudden they're on the field. They're participating at a high level with other players and learning a lot of things off the field. So
one of the top priorities, I think, in our program is striving to deliver an exceptional experience for all of our individuals. We're not a program that redshirts or cuts players. We try to make sure we're recruiting well on the front end, that they can be great teammates and have contributing roles here, and really enjoy the experience that we're providing for each and every teammate here. There are only 22 starting positions, but we find a way to include everybody and give them an opportunity for purpose within our program here and a chance to belong to something that's special.
Well, Greg, thanks for your time. Thank you for just taking a few minutes to give us just kind of a bird's eye view of the program. And probably in our next episode, we'll talk a little bit more about what it looks like, as you hear some of the stories of players that have left and some of the things that they're doing, but based on the things that they've learned. And so I'm excited to kind of delve into that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dave.
College Raiders. Special edition jerseys today for the Raiders, being that it is homecoming. We'll get to that in a moment. Both these teams coming into this matchup at 0-2. We're lining up for the national anthem. That'll be coming here just shortly. But a great day, beautiful day here at the Paul C. Findorf Athletic Complex. I'm Logan Vio, going to be your man on the play-by-play here once again as Central Lakes College football alumnus myself. Very happy to be here. This is my first homecoming as a non-player, my first homecoming as an alumni. So very happy to be here today and be the voice of this excellent matchup between the Raiders and the Blue Jays. We've got the national anthem upcoming, and after that, we'll have kickoff. So stay tuned right here to Central Lakes College Raiders football.
And welcome to Central Lakes College for this afternoon's matchup between the visiting Minnesota West and your Central Lakes College Raiders. At this time, we ask for you to please rise if you can, remove your caps, and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All righty. It is about time for some Raider football. I'll introduce myself once more. Logan Vio here on the call with you. Going to be taking you through today's journey as the 0-2 Central Lakes College Raiders look to claim their first victory of the year as do the Minnesota West Blue Jays. Both teams coming into this contest 0-2. Central Lakes College opened their season with a loss against Minnesota State, ranked number 4 at the time. Now ranked number 3 is Minnesota State. And their second matchup last weekend, they had their first road game of the year. They went down to Rochester to face RCTC. They lost that one 31-8. RCTC now with the number 3 ranking as well. So a couple of losses to open the year for Central Lakes, but really some high quality opponents that they've faced. And they're going to hope to get themselves in the win column here today. Minnesota West 0-2 as well. Both their games that they've played so far, home losses. Season opener, they dropped 29-9 to number 2 ranked North Dakota State College of Science. And last weekend, they were shut out by number 5 Mesabi Range College, 35-0. So 2 teams hungry to get a victory. One of them's going to get one today. Minnesota West to kick off. They're going to start the second half with the ball. Back deep for the Raiders, we've got Lewis Royal to return. I believe we got Shaneborn back there as well. So Lewis Royal and Shaneborn, a couple of tailbacks back deep to receive the kick from Sauerbray. It's kind of a short one. And it's going to, the Raiders are finally going to be brought down with it right around midfield. Really some great starting field position for the Central Lakes College offense. That's Wisco coming up with it. The Brainerd native, Eli Wisco, recovering that short kick. And Mike Tveitbach, number 13, the sophomore quarterback, going to lead the huddle out onto the field. Tveitbach, if you're not aware, was the starting quarterback back in 2016 for Central Lakes College, led them to a state championship undefeated season, then enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He has served active duty overseas. He's seen a lot since his freshman year at Central Lakes College, and now he returns to take over that quarterback spot once again. We've got a 2-back set for the Raiders, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side to start things off here on offense. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to David Collins up the middle, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. For a loss of about 1, maybe 2. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 12.
On the tackle. Loss of 2.
Okay. Gotcha. We're going to bring you the offensive starters here just after this next play, just so you can get a full idea of who all is going to be out there. But 2nd and 12 we've got at hand here for the Raiders. Will Richardson and David Boyd, the receivers on the near side. With Cox Payton and Collins in the backfield, another receiver flanking on the far side. Tveitbach in the pistol. Another handoff up the gut for David Collins. He's going to get back to about that starting position. All right, here's your Raiders starting offense.
Carry by Collins.
Justin Gonska, O-line, Monaga High School.
Alexander Growing, offensive line, Pierce.
Will Meyer, O-line, Crosby-Acton High School.
Austin Besh, O-line, South St. Paul High School.
Tristan Offord, offensive line, Pequot Lakes. Will Richardson, wide receiver, Barnum High School.
David Collins, running back, STMA.
Noah Disrow, wide receiver, St. Charles High School.
David Boyd Jr., wide receiver, St. Cloud Apollo.
Brandon Gagnon, wide receiver, South St. Paul.
Mike Tveitbach, quarterback.
And 3rd and 10 here. Tveitbach throws complete on the far sideline. I believe that's David Boyd coming up with the catch. It is. And that's going to be a 1st down for Central Lakes College.
Raider 1st down.
So Tveitbach to Boyd for the first completion of the day for the Raider passing game.
1st and 10 from the
and a new set of downs.
31.
So Raiders already in Blue Jay territory. 1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 41. Richardson and Boyd going to be coming out to the near side, as well as Disbro in a 3-receiver set. And you've got Gagnon on the far side all alone. David Collins in the backfield, a pistol set for Tveitbach. Tveitbach takes the snap, does give it to Collins up the gut once again. Dropped for a pretty minimal gain, if any.
Tackle by Lowe.
Blue Jays swarming on those inside runs early here. against the CLC
No
offense.
gain. Second down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 after a fruitless run by David Collins up the middle. Disbro and Gagnon on the far side. You've got Richardson in the slot, Boyd on the near side, Collins once again in the backfield with Tveitbach. I think he got a free play there. Flag will fly. He's going to just chuck it down the field for David Boyd. Not quite able to grab it is Boyd, but that should be some free yardage for the Raiders after the Tveitbach's hard count got the Blue Jays to jump. So that is going to be a penalty assessed against Minnesota West. Gives a few free yards to the Raider offense. And another chance on second down, so call it 2nd and 5 this time. Okay. 3 minutes already off the clock in this opening quarter as the Raiders want to take this opening drive down the field and get some points out of it. Cox Payton joins Collins in the backfield now. 2 receivers to the far side, Boyd on the near side. This is a pitch out to Collins with Cox Payton lead blocking. He's got a few blockers out there. Collins turns the corner and bullies a defender on his way out of bounds.
Tackled by Porter.
Deontay Porter from Robbinsdale Cooper finally able to force Collins out of bounds, but that's a big gain from David Collins, and that's going to be another Central Lakes College first down.
1st and 10 from the Minnesota West, 25.
So the CLC offense moving the chains here initially. A couple of first downs already, one of them, that last one, aided by a Minnesota West penalty, but nonetheless, here we are, 1st and 10 once again. 2 backs in the backfield once more. They're going to send Richardson in motion from left to right. Now hand it off to Collins up the middle. He's got a nice hole. He finds some room, and he's still going to keep working those legs, try and pick up as much as he can. He's being pushed by his offensive line. You love that team effort. Love to see those big guys pushing behind the pile. It's going to be about a 6-yard gain for David Collins on first down.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4. Looks like the Raiders are going to keep the 20 personnel look, going to keep both backs out there on the field. So Boyd and Richardson on the far side, Richardson being in the slot with Gagnon now the lone receiver on the near side. Cox Payton, the fullback, on the left side of the offense here. Tveitbach takes the snap, gives it up the middle to Collins once again. He's spun around and maybe picks up 2,
Collins on the carry.
maybe 3, but kind of a short yardage gain there on 2nd and short brings up a 3rd and shorter.
Clark in on the tackle.
So the ball
3rd down and 3.
is in the Blue Jays red zone for a 3rd and short. Ball being spotted about the 19-yard line. And the Raiders are going to employ a 4-receiver set this time on 3rd down. 2 on either side. Collins in the backfield with Tveitbach in the pistol again. Tveitbach drops back, looks right, throws right, and it's Disbro unable to hold on to it on a quick out, run out of the slot there by Noah Disbro.
Incomplete.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and short. And it looks like the Raiders are going to keep the offense out there on the field. A little bit far for a field goal here. I don't know exactly what Andrew Gottwald's range is. He was injured in their first game of the season, so they had absolutely no kicking game before. Not going to give it a try here this time either. Going to try and just pick up the first down or maybe even more on this 4th and about 3. So Boyd and Disbro to the near side. Boyd's on the far side. That's Gagnon on the near side. Richardson and Boyd on the far side. Snap is to Tveitbach. He bobbles it. Now he throws quickly to his left, and it's caught. Gagnon. Wanted to get those two mixed up for some reason, but no. Brandon Gagnon from Brooklyn Park with the first down for the Raiders on a short little completion from Tveitbach out to the left. Raiders offense setting up quickly here after picking up that first down. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Collins is still in the pistol set behind Tveitbach. This time they're going to hand it to Collins. Fakes the throw. He's out running to the right is DC. He's running through a defender, and he's got a first down and a touchdown. Absolutely fighting and clawing his way into the end zone is David Collins around the right side, and that's going to put Central Lakes College up early. CLC takes the opening kickoff, albeit a short one, and drives about 55 yards down the field for the opening touchdown of this contest, and they're going to go for 2 here as well. So some nice blocking there. Was able to spring David Collins, and he finished it off himself with some tough running down near the goal line and plunges his way into the end zone. So let's see what the plan is going to be here on the 2-point attempt for the Raider offense. They're going to go trips left again. Gagnon, the lone receiver on the far side. Boyd Richardson and Disbro on the near side. They're going to motion Disbro. Little orbit motion coming back around. He looks right, does Tveitbach, throws, and it's broken up.
Pass incomplete. Flag on the play.
Ryan Woodbury broke it up in the end zone there for the Blue Jays, but there is a flag on the play, so the Raiders might have another shot at this 2-point conversion. Yep.
Holding on the defense.
Holding against the defense. So the Raiders are going to inch closer and have a second go at the 2-point attempt. So let's see if the plan changes here now. Maybe a run, given the extra yard gained by the penalty there.
Goal. Raiders get another attempt.
So Richardson and Boyd splitting out on the far side, Gagnon on the near side. They have brought in Cox Payton as a fullback in this 20 personnel look, which reinforces my idea that it might be a run, but we'll see. Collins in the backfield as well. Tveitbach takes the snap, hands it to Collins up the middle, and he's in for 2 more.
Collins in for the 2-point conversion.
Raiders take an 8-point lead early.
Nothing.
Collins for 6 from a little ways out, and then Collins for another 2 on just a short inside run. Great blocking there by that Raider offensive line. So CLC establishing their offense early here. They were able to chew a lot of time off the clock there as well, whether intentionally or unintentionally. A little over 6 minutes already gone in the first quarter off that opening drive. 8:49 to play when the Raiders go kick off. So let's talk about those jerseys a little bit they've got out there today. I was talking to Coach Medic. These are special edition one-off homecoming jerseys. They were designed in the offseason by the sophomores on the team this year, the returners from last year. They designed it. It's a patriotic tribute. If you pay close attention, on the right sleeve, they've got the Central Lakes College Raiders logo, and on the left sleeve, an American flag. Gray jerseys with blue numbers trimmed in white and red, and Believe on the nameplate. So a very unique jersey top you'll never see again. Also worth noting, the blue pants. I was informed by Coach Medic that they were kind of a mystery find, just a lucky find in the equipment room, and they really thought they went well with these homecoming jerseys. So this quite possibly will be the only time you ever see Central Lakes College Raiders football players wearing blue pants. Coach Medic told me it's never happened before and not likely to happen again. So witnessing some history as far as the jerseys go here today, if you're a bit of a jersey nerd like myself. David Hurst to kick off for the Raiders. Everybody up close for the Blue Jays. It's going to be recovered, bobbled around actually by Bartman. Does he get on it? Derek Bartman trying to recover the short kick of Hurst, but bobbled around with it a lot like he was playing hot potato. Eventually, though, the Blue Jays able to get on it, and their offense is going to have their first chance to make an impact in this game. So Minnesota West going to take over at their own 35-yard line. Quarterback Brayer Hieronymus leads the charge offensively for the Blue Jays here as they're going to motion Dupree left and now takes the snap, almost picked off by David Hurst. Hieronymus on his very first pass attempt of the game is almost picked off by David Hurst. Let's get you these starting defensive lineups for Central Lakes College.
Up by Hurst.
Demarion Pollard, D-line, White Bear Lake.
Elijah Ward, defensive line, Minot High.
Eli Wisco, defensive line, Brandon High School.
Shugs Hannon, linebacker, Kimball area.
Devin Jones.
So 2nd and 10 here now. As the lineups are cut short, they're going to hand it off to Dupree up the middle. He's dropped in the backfield. That's Shugs Hannon.
Dupree on the carry.
Shugs Hannon named co-defensive conference player of the year in week 1.
2, 3rd down.
Excuse me, of the year, of the week, I should say. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Blue Jays offense on their first drive of the game. Central Lakes College in an advantageous position to start things off defensively here, as it's about 3rd and 11. Snap is to Hieronymus. Now he's flushed out left. He's rolling left. He's almost, is it picked off? We got to get the official ruling from the official.
Pass from Hieronymus, incomplete.
They're going to call it incomplete, but one of the Raiders just about scooped that thing up off the turf.
4th down and 11.
So 4th and 11 now for this Blue Jays offense. They're going to bring out the punt team, or the Blue Jays.
Schmeideberg to receive.
That's going to be Sauerbray as their kicker/punter, a Worthington, Minnesota native, so a hometown boy for this Minnesota West team. As Sauerbray kicks it, it kind of hangs up and goes to the far sideline. It's going to go out of bounds at about the Raider 41-yard line. So Tveitbach and the offense ready to go back to work, hoping to bring back a little bit of what they had on that last drive, which was just a smooth, progressive, work the ball down the field kind of a drive that ended in the end zone. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 42 is where they ultimately spotted after that punt from Sauerbray went out of bounds. So Cox Payton, the lone back in the backfield this time behind Tveitbach. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff up the middle to Cox Payton. He's tackled quickly and brought down. That was Brody Knapp from Rapid City, South Dakota, the defensive lineman, bringing down Cox Payton behind the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd at about 10 and a half.
No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Now, the Raiders employing a 10 personnel base look today, meaning 1 back in the backfield, no tight ends. They do only have 1 tight end on the roster, but sometimes they like to use 2 backs, as we saw quite a bit on that first drive, depending on the situation. But a 1-back look, 4 receiver set. How CLC comes out once again. 3 receivers on the near side. Cox Payton in the backfield. Tveitbach in the pistol. Takes the snap. Looks left. Still in the pocket. Throws left for Boyd. Boyd drops it. Boyd was open right over the middle in the short ground. And just a concentration error there from David Boyd means it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Raiders instead of about 3rd and 6. So an unfortunate miscue there offensively for the Raiders, but they have a chance to redeem themselves on 3rd down. Picked up a couple 3rd downs on that first drive. Let's see what offensive coordinator Coach Riley Atkinson's got drawn up this time. It's going to be Boyd and Richardson on the near side, Disbro and Gagnon on the far side, with Cox Payton the lone back. They're going to motion Disbro from right to left. Now Tveitbach drops back. He's looking right. Throws right for Cox Payton. It's kind of high, but he hauls it in and is going to be tackled after a short gain, maybe about 3-yard gain there for Derek Cox Payton.
Gain of 3.
As he had to jump up to catch that pass from Tveitbach. And so the Raiders are going to punt.
Correction, 4th and 8.
All right, the Raiders special teams unit getting ready to go to work. Elijah Ward,
the punter
for Central Lakes College. Quintarian Brooks is going to be the punt returner for the Blue Jays here. Little bit of a low snap, but Ward doesn't have any trouble with it. Now Brooks fields it. Cox Payton almost gets him, but he is able to avoid the tackle. Is Brooks breaks another tackle, finally going to be brought down after bouncing off a few different tackles there. That was Chisholm Schmiedeberg with the special teams tackle for the Raiders.
Schmiedeberg in on the tackle.
So now the Blue Jays with their second opportunity to take over on offense. 5:50 to play here in the first quarter. Raiders lead at 8-0 yet.
33.
So the Blue Jays going to be starting at about the 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line, with a two-back set. They're going to motion Dupree out right now. Drops back to Hieronymus. Throws over the middle. It's intercepted! The Raiders got it going out down on the right sideline. And there's a flag on the play, however. But that interception was Mason Rudolph. Rudolph last week named the Conference Defensive Player of the Week and maybe earning himself some credibility toward that award again. Unless this play is going to be brought back, this foul might be against Central Lakes College. We're going to see exactly what they call it. It seems to be like it might be against the Raiders. Waiting for the official word here. It is going to go against the Raiders. Defense. Offsides. Unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate for Central Lakes College. Mason Rudolph intercepts the pass from Hieronymus, but it's going to be Blue Jay ball yet after somebody was lined up offsides for the Raiders. Chain Gang having a little trouble figuring out exactly where they're supposed to be. The official's trying to help them out a little bit. Yeah, that was about to be a huge turnover for the Raiders.
They just needed to think about it.
Yeah, go on. So 1st and 5 now for the Blue Jays, as we get everything squared away here between the officials, the Chain Gang, and everybody else. So another two-back set being employed by the Blue Jays. Dupree in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff now running left, and he's brought down rather quickly, maybe a gain of 1. We're going to give you the Raiders starting defense here.
Demarion Pollard, D-line, White Bear League.
Elijah Ward, defensive line, Minot High.
Eli Wisco,
No
defensive line, Brandon High School.
Shugs Hannon, linebacker, Kimball area.
Devin Jones, LB, Armstrong High School.
Braden Blymeyer, linebacker, Big League High School.
David Hurst, linebacker, Armstrong.
Joshua Voigt, defensive back, Northfield High School.
Adam Kiatumba, DB, Winoka High School.
Rashad Sherwood, cornerback, Robbinsdale Armstrong.
Pass complete
So
to Dupree.
on a 2nd and 5, Hieronymus throws a quick pass out to the right for Dupree. He gets some solid blocking from Colby Granger out there on the edge. Springs him for some extra yardage, and that's going to pick up a Blue Jay first down.
1st and 10 Blue Jays from their own 46.
So the Blue Jays trying to creep into Raider territory here offensively. They're threatening to do so at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Dupree as well as Spencer Christensen. That's the other back in the backfield. Granger, the receiver on the near side. Handoff is to Dupree. Now this time he's going left. He's got a big hole, and he's upended by Rashad Sherwood.
Tackle by Rashad Sherwood.
Sherwood flipped Dupree over on that tackle, got nice and low, and took his legs out from underneath him.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
It's worth noting for the Raiders defensively, Adam Kiatamba on the near side of your screen, number 3, back at corner. He started this season at safety after having played corner last year, but ultimately they decided he's a natural corner. That's kind of what he knows, and so they put him back out at the corner spot here as he's covering Granger down. As Shugs Hannon gets into the backfield and sacks Hieronymus. Shugs Hannon coming up big there. Hannon absolutely flying in there from that linebacker spot. Hieronymus wanted to get away but had nowhere to go, and so it's going to bring up a 3rd and very long for the Blue Jays.
3rd down and 21.
Ball being spotted on the Blue Jay 39-yard line. It's about a 3rd and 21 yards. So Raiders not looking to give up anything big here defensively. Give up a little bit and make them punt, that's fine, but 3rd and 21, the priority certainly got to be over-the-top coverage here. As Hieronymus drops back, he's pressured by Pollard, throws left, just throws it way out of bounds. Demarion Pollard, the big nose tackle, creating some pressure from the interior of that defensive line. He was all up in the face of Hieronymus, and Hieronymus just threw it away as to not lose more yardage. They're going to send Sauerbrey out to punt again.
Sauerbrey to punt.
Raiders have Sherwood and Schmiedeberg back deep as punt returners and maybe as safeties as well, just in case they try any trickery. Sauerbrey's punt is got blocked. I think somebody got a hand on it. Not a very good punt at all. It got to the line to gain, so probably about a 21-yard punt there. Raiders going to take over with some pretty nice field position once again. I don't believe, now this is their 3rd drive on offense. I don't think Central Lakes has started with the ball inside their own 40 even. It's been really good field position here for Central Lakes all game long. They still lead at 8-0. There's 2:04 to play in this first quarter. Gabe Dickhausen in the game at receiver. He's on the near side in a 3-receiver set. I believe it's Collins back in the backfield again. Gottwalt in motion now. He's in at receiver as well. Handoff is up the gut to Collins. He's fighting his way. He's down to about midfield, maybe just a yard shy of midfield. Call that a gain of 5.
Lang Bailey. Higginbottom in on the tackle.
It was Tyler Lang Bailey and Anwan Higginbottom who finally brought him down. After a nice gain on 1st down. So 2nd and about 6 to go here. Dickhausen, Gottwalt, Millsop, the tight end in there as well. We've got some different specialists out there for the Raiders this drive offensively. Collins in the backfield, though, with Tveitbach. He takes the snap, looks right, throws right, and it's off the hands of Gottwalt.
Pass intended for
Gottwalt trying to make a spinning catch as he turned around out of his route there and just unable to haul it in.
3rd down.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. So Tveitbach has the call, and he trots out to the huddle here. Minnesota West surrendering that touchdown on the first Raider drive, but they've tightened things up here defensively since then. Central Lakes wanting to exploit them again. Riley Larson, the Pequot Lakes native, on the near side of your screen now, split out wide. The snap is not handled well by Tveitbach. It's on the ground. He's able to escape and finally throw the ball, but it's almost intercepted. Sure, a lot going on that play for the Raiders, and they honestly are probably happy with the way it ended up. A fumbled snap by Mike Tveitbach. He is able to scoop it up off the turf, escape some of the rush, and finally throw downfield, but his throw downfield was then almost intercepted by Anwan Higginbottom. Ultimately, it's an incompletion on 3rd down, and the Raiders can breathe a little bit. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And we've got a Central Lakes
timeout.
timeout.
Raiders.
Do you want to do it now? We're going to hit you with a quick break here. Take a look at this.
Definitely the beach all day. I love the sun. That would be environmental biology. Bunch of dogs. I would probably live in Wyoming. Trucks all day.
I'm buying a pool. Gym class. Brotherhood. Florida. Nissan GTR.
I have to go with the beach because of all the nice beach spot I got. I just say shop. Family. Wyoming.
All right, some rapid fire with the offensive line. Now back to the action on 4th down. 2 receivers to the near side. Collins in the backfield. Spitebox drops back. Looks left, looks across the middle. Able to find some time. Now scrambling right, trying to direct
Definitely
traffic.
the
He's going to
beach
throw
all
deep
day.
downfield. Just over Riley Larson's hands.
Pass intended for
Larson trying to haul that one in.
Incomplete.
But it was a
Turnover
little
on
bit
downs.
high, and a defender offering some resistance there for Larson. That's going to be a turnover on downs for the Raiders offense.
First and 10 Blue Jays from the Raider 48
So
and a half.
the Blue Jays going to take over at about the Central Lakes College Raiders 48. I believe this is the first time that the Blue Jays offense has been across midfield into Raider territory, and they're going to hope to capitalize on that opportunity. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. Once again, Christensen and Dupree. As Dupree runs around the right edge, makes some shifty moves, but is
Dupree
finally
on
brought
the
down
carry.
by Chisholm Schmiedeberg at the
got
Raider
tackle.
46-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4, we'll call it. So 35 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Central Lakes College holding on to that 8-point lead still. So Granger on the near side, Graydon on the far side as receivers, Christensen and Dupree in the backfield with Hieronymus. Handoff up the middle to Dupree. Makes Hurst missed, but eventually
Dupree
falls
on the carry.
down at about the 40-yard line, brought down by Jones of the Raiders.
Jones on the
Devin
tackle.
Jones in on the tackle. One of the 4 returning sophomores
Here's the first quarter.
in that
Blue
linebacker
Jays
core
nothing,
for the Raiders.
8.
So that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Central Lakes College leads this one 8-0, but Minnesota West on offense looking to answer that lone Raider score that was on the opening drive of the game. So a quick start for the Raider offense, but they've kind of been stifled ever since then. Picked up some yardage, but not able to get into a threatening position. Finding a hard time picking up some of those first downs. So the Raiders defense looking to stiffen up here on 3rd down. Being that they are in Raider territory, the Blue Jays might think about going for it on 4th down if the Raiders can stop them here. But that's just speculation at this point. Raiders defense needs to make this big stop on 3rd down first.
Let's hear you, Raider Nation.
Graydon to the near side of the formation for the Blue Jays. Casley on the far side. Yarbrough in at a tight end. 2 backs in the backfield again. They're going to hand it off to Dupree. Dupree going to pile forward for a gain of about
Dupree
3-yard
on the
line.
carry.
3 yards. Going to bring it to about the 37-yard line of Central Lakes College. Armand Walker in on the tackle for the Raiders defensively. And They're going to move the chains. That's going to be a first down for the Blue Jays. So 1st and 10 here for the Blue Jays.
First down, Blue Jays.
Hieronymus gets the call and heads back out to his huddle. Raiders calling their defense and breaking as well. Graydon to the near side, Yarbrough at tight end to the near side, Christensen and Dupree in the backfield, and Casley on the far side. Drops back, does Hieronymus, throws for Yarbrough. Yeah, that hit the ground. That's going to be called incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yarbrough trying to say otherwise, but
second down and
the referee's not going to be entertaining any of that. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion from Hieronymus. Second and 10 now. Same look offensively here. Tight end and one receiver left, 2 backs in the backfield. I thought I saw one of the running backs lean, but no false start is going to be called as Dupree runs down the right sideline for a gain of about 8 yards. I thought I saw Spencer Christensen, the other back, not the one who got the ball, but number 44. I thought I saw him lean right before the snap. Maybe could have been called for a false start, but the officials didn't see it.
Gain of 8, 3rd down and 2.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Central Lakes College defense. Again, hoping to bend, not break. Ball on the 30-yard line. With just over 13 minutes left in this second quarter. So tight end going to be on the far side this time, Yarbrough. Same 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle for Dupree as he tries to cut right, but is cut down by the Raiders. A whole host of Raiders meeting him at about the line of scrimmage. Blameyer in there, as well as a couple other defenders. A great rally to the ball effort by Central Lakes College. Going to bring up 4th and 2 here for the Blue Jays. It's decision time. Looks like they're going to go for it, given their field position. Rashay Rogers coming into the huddles. Christensen coming out. So probably a 10 personnel look here, or 11 if Yarbrough's in at a tight end. He's listed on the roster as a wide receiver, but we've seen him line up tight here a lot. He's in the slot this time, yeah. 4 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Drops back to Hieronymus. It's off the hands of Yarbrough, and that's a turnover on downs. David Yarbrough unable to haul in that pass from Hieronymus in a big 4th down situation. And that's going to be a turnover on down for the Raider defense.
1st and 10 Raiders from their own 30-yard line.
So 12-11 to play here in the first half as Central Lakes College takes over again. I see Cox Payton and Collins both in the huddle, so a 2-back look here from CLC as they take over at the 30-yard line. So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and a pair of backs in the backfield. They're going to motion Richardson across the formation. Now they're going to pitch it out right to Collins on the near side. He makes 1-man miss, runs over a defender, and finally is bottled up by the Blue Jays, but not after he's gained about 5 yards. So a nice run there on the pitch to Collins. Going to bring up 2nd and manageable for this CLC offense.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 as Riley Larson splits out to the far side. Boyd and Richardson in the slot here on the near side. And another 2-back look with Cox Payton and Collins. Tveitbach takes the snap in the pistol, hands it off to Collins up the middle. Fights down for about 5 yards. They're going to give him the first down. Let's see. They're going to move those chains. That's another Raider first down.
Another Raider first down.
So CLC picking up a first down. There's 11 minutes to play here in this first half. Raiders controlling the football with a lead. Looking to pick up some more yards here on 1st and 10. Same look. This time they're going to motion Richardson through the back. Second and 7.
Second down and 7.
Minnesota West with a couple of jersey number changes today. I think they had some guys that they needed just in case to play offensive line. Some of their defensive linemen with low numbers, wearing numbers in the 50s here today. Snap is to Tveitbach. He's looking left. He throws left. Cox Payton able to haul it in. It was a little low, but Derek Cox Payton able to get his hands underneath it and pick up about 6 yards.
Third down and 4.
So it's probably 4 down territory. Larson, the lone receiver, on the way. Still, Brody Knapp in on the tackle for the Blue Jays. I believe Deshaun Clark joined him there and was able to keep Collins from pushing any further forward. So another 4th down for this Raiders offense. Last time they turned it over. Let's see what they can do here. 3 receivers to the near side. Larson, the lone receiver on the far side. Cox Payton in the backfield. Tveitbach drops back. He's pressured. And that's another Central Lakes College first down. He's any time to breathe after that back break for a few. Picks up about 4. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Yeah, CLC going no huddle here, but I think that Minnesota West is going to take a timeout, and they do.
Timeout, Minnesota West.
So after that huge 4th down conversion by the Raiders offense and then subsequently getting into a no-huddle tempo, Minnesota West, Raiders still holding on to that 8-0 lead. They put that lead up early on the game's opening drive, but so the Raiders getting a little rest here. They were ready to keep pushing the tempo, but they're going to get a little water break. And re-look for CLC this time with 4 receivers. Collins, the lone running back, in the huddle right now.
33-yard line.
So Larson and Disbro on the far. Execution not there for Central Lakes College.
Collins on the carry. Clark. Low in on the tackle. Fourth down and 3. Flag on the 5-yard penalty, 4th and 8. Pass intended for Richardson, incomplete. Turnover on downs. First and 10 Blue Jays from their own 34-yard line. Pass from Hieronymus, incomplete. Second down and 10. Flag on the play. Delay of game, offense. Five-yard penalty, second down and 15. Dupree on the carry. No gain. Third down and 15. Flag on the play. False starts, offense. Five-yard penalty, third down and 20. Pass by Hieronymus, intended for Granger, incomplete. Fourth down and 20. Sauerbrei back to punt. Schmiedeberg to return.
The audio is just not coming through the live stream?
He appears to apologize to one of the Raiders coaches for that unnecessary contact. But anyway, first and 10 here. Two receivers on the far side, one on the near side, two backs in the backfield, motioning Richardson, and I think that's going to be a false start against the Raiders. It's two flags fly.
False starts, Raiders.
CLC. Get back on to make it first and 15.
5-yard penalty, first and 15. Pass complete. Fight back to Boyd. Gain of 10. Second down and 5. Collins on the carry. Clark with the tackle. Short gain, 3rd and 4. Pass from Zweitbach completes to Disbro. That's enough for another Raider. First down. Pass completes from Zweitbach to Disbro. Pass ruled incomplete. Second down and 10. Fumble on the play. First and 10, Minnesota West from their own 47. Pass from Hieronymus incomplete. Second down and 10. Were the refs out golfing too? Pass completes to Rogers. Hurst on the tackle. Gain of 2. Third down and 8. Timeouts, Minnesota West. At the half, make sure to load up on snacks from the concession truck. Good eats. down. Chase Haig with a sack. Fourth down and 16. Sauerbrey back to punt.
Do you know which one it's going to be? Just one of them, probably. Oh, there.
Sherwood and Schmiedeberg back to receive. Timeouts, Minnesota West.
A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, dogs in the moonlight. Far away, my well-lit room. Just a beer lemon, get these mutts away from me. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal.
Schmiedeberg on the return. Brought down. Raider 41. Pass intended for Dickhausen, incomplete. Second down and 10. Spike box sack. Low in there as well.
Last few guys on the